All right, we haven't done this so long. Jungle Bird intro, take one. Hold on, no.
Just press the button.
Woohoo! Hey guys, Dougie at the Hardwood in historic downtown Kuala Lumpur, Texas. And what better way to bring in the summer months than with a proper tiki cocktail? Let me walk you guys through a Jungle Bird. Jungle Bird's one of my personal favorite tiki cocktails. It's going to have some bitter, some sweet, and a lot of nuttiness coming from some blackstrap rum. It comes from 1978. It was created in Kuala Lumpur at the Hilton there. And yeah, let's just go ahead and just start building it. Definitely gonna need some shakers. And the first ingredient we're gonna use is our Demerara sugar. So we use a 2-to-1 ratio for our Demerara. So it's gonna be 2 parts Demerara sugar, 1 part water. Demerara sugar has more molasses content, so it has a lot more earthiness, more depth. It's gonna provide a lot more texture to your cocktail. And since we're gonna be using bitter and darker elements to go along with this, it's gonna tie in really well. So we're gonna take our measure and we're gonna do 1/4 ounce. Then from here, we're gonna go with our cheapest ingredient from there. It's going to be our freshly squeezed lime juice, double strained. We're going to do a 1/2 ounce. Typically in most of our cocktails, you'll notice we use a 3/4 ounce or maybe a little bit more when it comes to our lime juice and lemon juice. But the next ingredient is going to be our freshly squeezed pineapple juice. Look how beautiful that is. This is actually considered a citrus, and we're going to put 1.5 ounces. Depending on our guest, look at that. There it goes. There we go. You can do it. There it is. Considering who our guests are and how sweet they like things, how much they like pineapple, we might go to 2 ounces. But again, that's why our lime is going to be just 1/2 ounce. So, right now, traditionally, we will use Campari, which we'll do now. We have another beautiful liqueur that we're going to make another one after this. And we're going to use that instead, called Alchemist. But we'll get to that in just a moment. So Campari, traditional liqueur, super bitter Amaro. If you're not familiar with it, if you ever had a Negroni, or you're a Negroni, that's it. That's like the main thing. I'm pretty sure they dye this with beet juice. Could be wrong though. I'm most certainly wrong, I'm sure. So we're gonna use one of my favorite rums. We're gonna use Hamilton Jamaican pot still rum. You might hear it referred to as a blackstrap rum. When it's poured, it is just that. It is black, and it comes from the process of taking dunder and putting it back into the distillate. Dunder is going to be the molasses left over from the stills, from the pot stills after they make the actual rum, and they'll take it back because there's all these great flavors, all these burnt sugars, these caramels, these vanillas, these nutty tones, and they're going to put it back into the distillate to give it a really beautiful color, great texture, high viscosity. We refer to that as chewy sometimes. We're going to do 1.5 ounces. All right. And from here, going to put some crushed ice in. Uncle Russ is walking up. Hey, Russ. Good, man. I'm not stopping. Just a whip shake. So, Hardwood's back open. Historic downtown Kuala Lumpur, Texas. My Uncle Russ, who just passed by, said hi, is helping us do a build out to get our little kitchenette up and running. We're gonna build this one into a clear glass so y'all can see how beautiful this drink is. Depending on our guest and the situation, we'll do it in this or in a tiki glass. We're gonna build another one with a different liqueur, and we're gonna use the tiki glass on that one. So let's go ahead and just do that. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. It's gorgeous. All right, some more crushed ice. Ew. So this is a pretty full drink. I should have packed it with ice first and then pour the actual liquor over it. I apologize. So because you do want the ice to go all the way to the bottom, but this is not for a guest, so we're just going to be egregious and pack that ice down. Yeah. Whoops. Cool. So from here, we're going to take a pineapple frond. Because we put that fresh squeezed pineapple juice. Got our bar back whipping up some pineapples by the doubles. How many does it take? How many pineapples is this, Tom? There's one pineapple worth of juice. Double strained. Right there. So dude, this is amazing. You gotta use like a Vitamix or a juicer to achieve that. But this is so fragrant, so pineapple-y. Like, but it is tart. Pineapple, it has a citrus bite to it, and it's something that not many. It's so unique. Not too many people can achieve that, or too many fruits, I should say. Maybe some passion fruit, but passion fruit's just really sour. Take a beautiful edible orchid, put it right here, and then we're gonna take maybe a lime husk right there. Tiki is not only about taking funky rums and making them as delectable as possible, and taking fresh juices and making tropical drinks that whisk you away to a foreign place in the mind, but it's also about being absolutely gorgeous and making beautiful arrangements. And what better place to do that than behind my mom's flower shop, which is behind the bar. A little bit of freshly grated nutmeg. So when you grate nutmeg, you get, like, I recommend a smaller microplane. And when you grate it, you want to let the grater do the work. So keep your hand still with the nutmeg and just, yeah. That way it looks better, a little bit more class, a little bit more, oh, look at Doug, he knows what he's doing. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But that is a classic jungle bird. So the jungle bird, I've been introduced to this recipe many times. My favorite one is actually at the Roosevelt Room in downtown Austin, and they have like this really great just build on it. I don't necessarily know it. I think they make fat wash their rum. Excuse me, but we do have this cool book, Beach Rum Berries and Toxica. If you're in the tiki realm, if you celebrate tiki, you most certainly know this one. This one where it actually has a little bit of a tidbit of about the history of this rum. This drink, the Jungle Bird. It tells you the Kuala Lumpur and Hilton, 1978. This calls for 4 ounces of grapefruit juice. Pineapple juice. Hold on. May I say something? We haven't done this in a while, and we're so excited to be back. We've just been so busy getting the bar back open, so I'm kind of losing my groove, but I feel like coming back right now. That's why we're going to build 2 drinks in this episode. Why not? Sorry, guys. At least it's charming, right? No? Paper straw? That's what's up. So, first thing you're going to get, starts off bitter because of Campari. So it's kind of confusing because you don't think this would be bitter, but then pineapple, that citrus tone. But with that half ounce of lime juice, it amps up the citrus element, but the sweetness of the pineapple tames it all back down. And that blackstrap rum, so it has those deep, nutty flavors, burnt chocolate, some vanilla, and it's going to be all over the palate. It actually feels like you're kind of chewing on candy, like it's kind of chewy, if you will, the viscosity. And of course, the blackstrap rum, that earthiness from there, just gluing it all together like a pulley in a rope. Just keeps it coming, keeps it moving. Just gets you ready for your next sip. This is awesome. Hey-oh. So who's ready for Jungle Bird number 2? Maddie is. Maddie Boubatti. I want to thank Maddie Boubatti, a.k.a. Maddie Malort, a.k.a. Maddie Mustache, for being behind the camera. Yet again, help me out. And we also have Tom, a.k.a. Tom, our barback, doing camera 2 and doing all these fresh juices. So also, before I move on to the next one, it's so important to use fresh juices, especially when you're going to be using quality ingredients such as Hamilton Blackstrap, Campari, or what we're about to use next, the Alchemez. Excuse me, we're trying to figure that out. Alchemez, that we decided? Which means cochineal, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. Excuse me, as I digress. But the fresh juices, they're not oxidized, so they're really bright. We keep on talking about this pineapple. This lime's really beautiful, and the pH is the best it's going to be when it's fresh. So every passing second, let alone day or hour, is going to get a little bit more tart, a little bit more bitter. And so you already have a lot of bitter going on in this drink. So the fresher your juices, the fresher the drink, the more elevated your experience is going to be. So please do it. Juice your stuff. Juicing pineapple is kind of hard. So if you don't have a Vitamix or if you don't have a juicer at home, cold pressed pineapple juice you can get at most local convenience stores. No, grocery stores. Most local grocery stores has cold pressed pineapple juice. Highly suggest doing that. That way you can just have it on hand, don't have to make a mess, and it's pretty darn good. When we weren't juicing our own pineapple juice at the Hardwood, we were using cold pressed pineapple juice. Not canned pineapple juice, but if you can't get cold pressed pineapple juice, use canned pineapple juice. Why not? One time I was sitting at one of my favorite bars, Small Victory, and this couple that I was visiting from Colorado was to the left of me, and they were going in too hard on canned pineapple juice. And I was dead sober. I got my first drink. I remember it was a chartreuse swizzle. I was so excited to get it. And they put it in front of me, and there's pineapple juice in the chartreuse swizzle, and they use fresh pineapple juice there as well. And I'll never forget this lady was going in. She's like, if I go to a bar and they use canned pineapple juice, I won't even order a drink. And I'm like, lady, what? Come on. And while I'm like kind of like judging her, my beautiful chartreuse swizzle gets put in front of me, and I just like knock it over and just destroys the glass and just spills everywhere. And they walk up to me like, did you want another one? I'm like, I'm sober, I swear. She's like, I'll just have a shot. I took a shot and left. It was embarrassing. So, and again, sorry if it's noisy out here by the highway, outside. Again, get in my groove. I'm feeling good now. Y'all feeling good? We've been setting this up all morning. It's so beautiful out here. It doesn't feel too bad. Let's move on. Okay, so how's that shot, Maddie? Good. So we're gonna build again. We're gonna do the same specs for the most part. So the specs are going to be, again, 1/4 ounce of Demerara, 2-to-1 ratio, 2 parts Demerara sugar, 1 part water, 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice, our beautiful pineapple juice, freshly squeezed. Can't forget about camera 2 over here. Editing's gonna be a blast. Come on, you can do it. Frick. Doesn't matter, supposed to be doing more than that anyways. So we're gonna do 1.5 ounces. Let's do 2 ounces in this one, considering that we're adding this next ingredient. All right, so this is from Heirloom, the Heirloom brand, Bitter Cube, which makes bitters. This is the same company, but this is a liqueur brand. So the Alchemers, it's same complexities as Campari, I'd say a little bit more. You see this in a lot of food applications, like a lot of desserts and things, but it's dyed with the cochineal bug. So that's what this color, this beautiful scarlet color comes from, and it is going to be very similar to a Campari, but again, a lot of deeper flavors. A little bit goes a longer way. So we're only gonna do 1/2 ounce of this, and because the Campari we did 3/4, on this we're only gonna do 1/2 ounce. So, and then we're gonna do another 1.5 ounces of blackstrap. Cool. Now we're gonna get our whip shake on. So the reason we're whip shaking and not doing hard shakes is we want to control the dilution and get it super cold at the same time. But over diluting this is a little bit more important than we were if we were making a daiquiri, because there's a lot of booze in here, a lot of bitterants, a lot of juices. So we just want to tie those all together and let the cold water that we're creating by melting the ice essentially to, help tie it all together. And whip shaking, you don't need much. You only need about, quarter full, maybe a little bit more. See how pretty that is? So like, it's just a beautiful drink. Kind of feel bad that I'm going to put it in this guy, but the reason we're going to put it in this tiki, about 10 seconds on this. The reason we're going to put it in this guy because we're actually going to do a proper like tiki garnish and set this bad boy on fire. Nothing to do with the hand. Put it behind her back. Smile. I like doing this. You can hear it just. That's my favorite. Cool. Cool. Ugh. Man, that's one of my favorite drinks right now. Can't think of how many I drank in the past like month. All right, pack this guy with ice. Yeah. Cool. So from here, we're going to take a spent lime husk. You see it in a lot of tea cocktails like we did in this first one. Just, you know, like that's like to represent the island. This is a beautiful tropical tree, plant, whatevs. We're going to set this upside down. We're going to take a sugar cube. This is very dangerous. So if you go to, there's some bars that will do this tableside. I do not recommend this one bit to do it tableside. You can really hurt somebody. Every ingredient in here, or majority of the ingredients in here, are flammable. It's alcohol, especially when you're going to use high proof. We're going to use a 151 Demerara, and we're just going to just going to coat the sugar cube. That's it. Not much. I would light it on fire, but I don't have any fire. Go ahead. So while Tom runs and gets us a lighter, so yeah, this is very dangerous. Like so if I do this in the bar, I won't even do the sugar cube because I don't want the flame to get too high. And then, so as you see, and then we're actually going to garnish after we set on fire. Because that Demerara 151 from Ed Hamilton, it has tremendous flavors. Higher proof rums tend to, or alcohols in general, have more flavor because they're not diluted. And so, yeah, so this is gonna have, we're gonna actually burn this essentially, or toast this sugar and stuff. We're gonna add it in there. The sugar's not gonna affect it too much because it will slowly dilute. So let's keep that in mind. So this thing is lit. You can't really see it. I can see, y'all can't see it, can you? So this thing's on fire. Can you see it? Can you see it burning the sugar? So from here, yeah, you see how it's like, it's kind of weird because you can't really see the flame. You can absolutely feel it, but it is a high flame. It's like right here. So, and it's just, that looks so cool. You just see it just caramelizing that sugar. I'm so into this, but maybe this will help. Can you see it sparking up? That smells so good. I don't know if y'all can smell that. So if it was dark at night, it would be flaming up everywhere. You see some people actually use powdered cinnamon and stuff to get more of a bigger flame. So from here, yep, it's out. Don't do this. Let a professional do it. I mean, I barely get away with it, especially like, I only do it like if it's a slow night and everybody's being patient and collected. But from here, we would take this and just put it right in there to the side. Sugar cubes just sitting right on top, right here, all toasted like we mentioned. Some places would use a dried, like a crouton, like a dry out bread, and they wouldn't turn it in there. I'm the only place that really turns it in there just to make it part of the ingredient. I should have accounted for that with the sugar, but I think it'll be all right. So, straw. Take a pineapple frond, sizzle stick, another beautiful orchid. All right, this is our jungle bird with cochineal liqueur. Let's try this one out. Yeah, that's great. So that sugar is not going to affect it at all because I can only imagine somebody just letting this sit around. Like this is going to go down quickly. This is not, with using ½ ounce, it still has the same amount of bitterness as the Campari, yet it has a totally different profile. It's going to be strong, like the notes will be a little bit more fragrant. Like, so this is gonna have more vanilla and a little bit more cinnamon going on, cardamom. But again, you can definitely get that in Campari, but this one's a little bit, you know, it's a smaller brand, so they put, you know, a lot more focus into it. It's not like huge production. So I recommend trying this guy out. But if you can't, of course, Campari's solid. Well, cool. That is one of our favorite drinks here at the Hardwood. So if you can't make it into the Hardwood, make it at home. Tell us how it goes. Please like and subscribe, and see you soon. Cheers. It's pretty good.